Approximately 1 in 4 DePaul students receive MAP grants annually. However, with the current uncertainty in the state budget, students like Teresa Valadez are already concerned where the money's going to come from.
It's just like this fear that if I don't get this money, like I'm not gonna be able, like there's no way I could stay in this school.
She wasn't initially worried about MAP grant funding, but as time went on, her skepticism grew.
First I was like, oh, this is just one of those like, oh, whatever, they'll solve it. But now like it's taking longer and longer, and I'm just like, what am I gonna do? If I don't get this money, how am I gonna pay this off? Like, it's scary. It's definitely scary.
Valadez needs her MAP grant in order to stay at DePaul because of the financial difficulties back home.
My mom can't work, and my dad, he's technically like disabled, but he still like goes out there and tries his best. So he's the only one supporting me. And like with like all the financial aid I got, like DePaul was like a good option for us. And I don't know, like just knowing like that there was like a payoff for all the hard work I did in high school, like it was nice.
There were 128,000 MAP grant recipients this year, and for some students, they just helped the cost of college a little bit, like Brian Tran.
The MAP grant was roughly $5,000 for my whole year. So, I mean that, and then the DePaul tuition is probably like $36,000, and so that's that's a sixth of the amount, and that each amount helps a lot. And if I wasn't offered that, I'd be having to pay that out of pocket. And I think that my parents, coming from immigrants from Vietnam, their economic status isn't really high.
Tran believes there's a huge issue with the status of the current state budget and feels that schooling should be prioritized over most other things.
I think that Illinois, because it's cutting down budgets and trying to save the city or whatnot, I think that they should reevaluate what they should be budgeting, because education is America's top priority. They shouldn't be taking someone's education down.
Even with the current uncertainty in the state's budget concerning education and MAP grant funding, Tran is certain he will stay at DePaul, even if it means seeking alternative financial assistance.
Our family takes DePaul really seriously, and it's not something that should be taken lightly. And so if it does come to the matter where the MAP grant is not there anymore, then we're still going to pull through. We're still going to stay here.
Unfortunately for Valadez, she doesn't have the option to continue on like Tran, which upsets her, especially when she sees how some of her peers treat their educational opportunity.
Why is it that I have to stress about money while I'm a student, while other people are just like, oh, school, whatever, I'm gonna go party and do this? Like, I don't know. It's really upsetting.
What's most frustrating for her, though, is how she's being put at a disadvantage in college, despite graduating summa cum laude from her high school.
Why is it that, like, I graduated with a 4.3 GPA from high school, I was in all of these things for honors, like, I'm a national merit, like, why is it that I have to, like, struggle so hard to find the money to just go to school and, like, get ahead? Like, I don't know, I think that's a little bit ridiculous.
If the MAP grant budget concerns aren't fixed soon, Valadez, along with thousands of other Illinois college students, could see their opportunity to continue their education zoom past them.